Whether we see Callum in this group or not, I'm not quite sure. But the championship positions are driver number 2, Callum Gunning, 1,873 points. Then it is Harry Graham, 1,817. The defending champion, Harry Graham, is, well, it's been a good title defence. Even Harry admits it's probably going to come up a little bit short. Thomas Harvey, winner last time out. Perfect score last time out for Thomas Harvey in cart number 8. Third in the championship. Just 1 point behind Harry Graham. Sam Cunliffe in cart number 6. You're looking there, the second cart on the right-hand lane of your screen with that very distinctive Ayrton Senna style crash helmet. Cunliffe is 4th in the championship with 1,804 points, just 13 points behind Graham in 2nd. So the real battle in this class is for 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the championship. Nicky Taylor is 5th in cart number 4. Then it's George Whitehouse in 6th. 7th for number 100, Thomas Davison. 8th is Joe Sheppy. Alicia Palmowski, you can see the front row on the left-hand side of your screen in cart number 125. She's 9th in the championship. Daniel Holdsworth rounds out the top 10. Ben Gartside in cart number 9 is 11th in the standings. Dylan Reed in cart number 7. He's not here this weekend. He is 12th in the championship. So that opens the door for drivers like number 116, Jack Rigg, number 135, Leon Frost, and number 101, who was very quick yesterday at the end of practice, Dylan Brierley, to move up. William Vincent is 16th in the championship. Vijay Ramlal, who finished in the top 3 in his final practice session yesterday in cart number 136, he is 17th. Cody Eustace 18th. Rowan Campbell Pilling is 19th in the standings. And Charlie Humphreys in cart number 127 rounds out the top 20. So we have got 27 drivers set to go in DRS100. They're split into one group of 14, another group of 13, based on their warm-up times this morning. Alicia Palmowski, who led the way in a couple of her practice sessions yesterday, and Alicia, looking at the results, well, the final wins. Callum Gunning opened the year with 2 final victories at rounds 1 and 2. Sam Cunliffe won round 3. Then Harry Graham won the 4th round. The 5th round went the way of Sam Cunliffe again, his 2nd victory. And then we had Nicky Taylor win in round number 6. In the most recent round, it was Thomas Harvey. So the Callum Gunning hasn't actually won a final since the 2nd round of the season. Harry Graham, but we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 5 in the championship have all won finals. Very evenly matched. Are we going to get a 6th new winner? As there's the number 2 cart, Callum Gunning, your championship leader, coming out. So he is in Group A. Looking at Alicia Palmowski, cart number 125, leads the drivers out onto the circuit. Again, still drying out this circuit, taking an unseasonably long amount of time to dry. You can see that obviously there's a lot of greenery and foliage that surrounds this Ellesmere Port-based circuit. And that is, with the lack of wind, you can see there's no breeze in the sky. You can see that that is keeping the moisture on the tarmac, making it very, very slick indeed. And there is point improvement. Alicia Palmowski comes for a spin, coming out of turn, out of the S's now. She's got everyone else who's going to go past her, so trying to warm up those wet weather tyres. Palmowski overcooks it ever so slightly. And now, just having a quick glance at the tyres, it looks like most of the drivers that looking at the front of this group are on wet tyres. Do we have any slick shod gamblers? As the number 6 cart of Cunliffe goes through turn 3 down towards turn number 4. So at the moment, Cunliffe is the first one out there, but he is the guinea pig. Everyone else following him, looking to see where the grip levels are, where the slippery bits are. So Cunliffe has got clear track, but that's the good side. The bad side is that everyone else is using him as their target. Early stages yet, though. Long way to go. 15-year-old from Darwin, Sam Cunliffe. We're now on what will be their first real flying lap. They've done an out lap, one sort of full warm-up lap to get temperature into their tyres, and now we're rocking and rolling down towards turn number 4 and 5. So Alicia Palmowski at the moment is at the back of this group. We saw her leading out, but she's not sure if she's coming to pit to have the cart checked over. And we'll also keep an eye on driver number 100, Thomas Davison. Now we're looking at kind of there on wet tyres. You can see the grooves in those rubber, So most of them are on wet tyres, but there may be one or two, and I'm looking at maybe number 100, Thomas Davison, that might have gambled on slicks. We shall see, because Davison at the moment is 9 seconds slower than everybody else. There's number 2 of Callum Gunning in that blue race suit. He's following the number 104 cart of Rowan Campbell-Pilling through the S's. So Gunning, again, it's a case of staying out of trouble, staying in the top 5. He now passes Rowan Campbell-Pilling coming on to the start-finish straight. And into turn number 1. Gunning, the moment, is 3rd fastest. It is Sam Cunliffe, 45.196 seconds, leading the way. Dylan Brierley in cart number 101, 2nd fastest. That's at 45.387. Gunning is in. Oh, and a spin behind. That's a big off there for Rowan Campbell-Pilling. Lost it under braking, chasing Callum Gunning, and again trying to brake a little bit later to pick up a time, and he's been spun backwards. The minute he tapped the brake, locked up, cart span towards the exit. Now he's got a damaged rear bumper. He's hit those tyre barriers, but he's up and back into the cart quickly. Can he get that cart fired up? Yes, he can. Now the main question is the rear bumper rubbing against those rear tyres? And do you know what? On the left-hand side, I don't think it is. On the right-hand side, it might be. You can see there on your screens the 12-year-old from Sheffield and his list of sponsors. So we're going to have a look. He's behind now the number 137 in Johns. If there's telltale signs of tyre smoke rubbing on the rear bumper of that cart there going through turn number 7 there, I think he might have just about got away with that one. So Palmowski on your screen, she is still on wet tyres in cart number 125, 8th fastest at the moment. I think that we may have one driver, Thomas Davison, and Davison, don't forget, he is 7th in the championship. He may be on slick tyres. He's still 7.5 seconds slower than everybody else. Cunliffe has gone even quicker, 44.913. Brierley 2nd at 45.387. Then it's Whitehouse 3rd at 45.466. Palmowski trying to pick up the pace now. Coming through the S's, that's where she lost it on her outlap. Into turn number 7. At the moment, Alicia Palmowski is 8th fastest at a 46.233. She crossed the line as we reach the halfway point of this session, and Palmowski doesn't improve this time around. In fact, Rowan Campbell-Pilling in front of her. So after that spin, Rowan Campbell-Pilling is still 7th fastest. It was more than a spin, it was a full-on crash for Rowan Campbell-Pilling, but he is still there in 7th position. The cart running apparently quite cleanly. It's Cunliffe as again, a 44.800. He is now 0.6 of a second quicker than Dylan Brierley in 2nd position. Whitehouse is 3rd, Gunning 4th, Harvey 5th, Gartside 6th, Joe Sheppy up to 7th, Campbell-Pilling down to 8th, Palmowski 9th, and Will Vincent completing the top 10 ahead of Henry Foote, Oscar Walmsley-Jones, Owen Johns, and there is your driver on slick tyres. I thought as much. Thomas Davison, cart 100. Now, even though the track on your screen looks to be quite dry, you can see that sheen on the slick rubber, and that is why Davison is 7 seconds slower than everybody else. Very tricky indeed. Now we'll watch to see. There, going through your screens is Davison, and you can see that sheen on his slick tyres there. That is the residual moisture on the circuit, giving those wet tyres no grip. Now he gets onto a dry part of the track, and that sheen disappears. But coming through turn number 7, there's a couple of little damp patches there. Now he's going to be much quicker down the straight, but he's going to be so careful under braking. Watch how he brakes. Now, there's the wet patch of the circuit. Understeer, understeer, understeer. He almost goes off. Gets those tyres coated with moisture again. That means it's difficult to go through turn number 2. He has just done his personal best lap, however. It's 51.752 seconds. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot. We've got 3 minutes to go. He is still 7 seconds behind. 7 seconds behind Samuel Cunliffe, but when those tyres do get a bit of grip and a bit of heat into them, he will go a lot quicker than wet tyres. Is he going to run out of time though? Davison, oh, he's just overcooked it, he catches it, and every time Thomas Davison runs off onto the grass and gets those tyres either muddy or a bit grassy or a bit damp, it takes another couple of corners for them to get that moisture off and to get some heat back into them. Through turn number 1, he is tiptoeing around. Last time around, he did a 54.4, so he's still not quick enough to make a difference. It's Cunliffe at 44.615, Gunning at 44.771. The drivers on wet tyres, crucially, are still doing personal best laps. So those wet tyres, we're looking at number 114, that is George Whitehouse. Whitehouse up to 4th place. The drivers on wet tyres still doing personal best laps. That tells me that the tyres aren't overheating, they're not going off. So Davison, I think he may have made a gamble, and it's not quite going to pay off this time. Davidson's best time of 51.752. Here's Whitehouse coming into turn number 7. Whitehouse slips to 5th behind Harvey. We've got 90 seconds to go. Harvey does a personal, Whitehouse does a personal best, 45.318, but only 5th fastest at the moment. There is one of the rookie drivers, the black plates, chased down by Whitehouse under braking for turn number 3. You can see George Whitehouse using his body weight to move over to turn in the corners. Last minute of this session. Davison still hasn't improved. The order: Cunliffe, Gunning, Harvey, Gartside, Whitehouse, Brierley, Vincent, Sheppy, Foot, Campbell Pilling, your top 10. Then it's Palmowski, Walmsley Jones, Johns and Davison. 40 seconds left. Now we're looking through turn number 1 in towards turn number 2. There's Dylan Brierley going across your screen. Here is driver number 8. This is Thomas Harvey. Around turn number 1. Closing moments. Thomas Davison just in a personal best lap of 51.34 seconds, but it's not going to be quick enough. The gamble on slick tyres has failed. Thomas Harvey, the 14-year-old from Billersdon, at the moment 4th quickest. Checker flag waves. Callum Gunning, he is 2nd at the moment with a time of 44.771 seconds. Whitehouse crossed the line and Whitehouse stays 3rd. Harvey did his personal best lap last time around at 45.025. He is the best placed driver that's aiming to depose Sam Cunliffe. Across the line goes Thomas Harvey. He doesn't improve. So Cunliffe hasn't taken the checkered flag yet. And there goes Palmowski across the line. She stays 11th. Disappointing from Alicia Palmowski. There is Samuel Cunliffe. He does a personal best lap, 44.467, the exclamation point at the end of that session for driver number 6, Samuel Cunliffe, 44.467. That is pole position in DRS100 Group A by 0.3 of a second over Callum Gunning, with George Whitehouse 3rd, Thomas Harvey 4th, Ben Gartside 5th, Dylan Brierley in 6th, Will Vincent 7th, and the best rookie, excellent lap from Will Vincent at 45.412. Joe Sheppy 8th and Henry Foot is 9th. Rowan Campbell Pilling after that crash is 10th ahead of Alicia Palmowski, Oscar Walmsley Jones, Owen Johns and Thomas Davison on slick tyres.